talk about a few things here. Hello, welcome. If you are, hey Jasmine, how are you? How you doing? If you are tuning in from Facebook, welcome. If you're tuning in from YouTube, welcome. If you are tuning in from TikTok, welcome. I am Coach Tamira Lachey with Increased Marketing and Consulting. And today we're going to talk gyms. We're going to talk business. And so I hope you are ready. One of the things that, as a brand and marketing strategist is that I always get people that have started a business, but that foundation could be rocky, and a rocky foundation will surely fall. And so I tend to tell people that it's very important that that foundation of your business is solid. It's solid now because we have the gifts, we have the ideas. How many can relate? God has given us the idea, He's given us the gifts. But here's the problem: the structure of it. See, the business that I'm running now, I've been in business since 2015. God has allowed me to do some great things within my business and organization, and I'm forever grateful for that. And see, the thing that I want you to understand is when God gave you the business, He gave it to you because He trusted you with something precious. He trusted you with something that's going to be valuable in the earth, impactful in the earth, but also this vision will be able to take care of you and your family. But if you structure it correctly, set the foundation correctly, not only will it be something that can take care of you and your family, but it'll be something that can take care of other people's family. I love to tell you a little bit about my story. Growing up, my dad owned about 7 businesses. He owned dollar stores, cell phone companies, sound and production companies, trucking companies, and clubs. And so by the time I was 15 years old, I was doing my dad's payroll. I actually learned a lot from that process. Doing his payroll and then also managing the telephone company. So I learned a lot, but I also figured out that I wanted to be an entrepreneur because my dad did not pay me what I thought I was valued. Okay. And I felt like if my dad is not going to pay me my worth, nobody is. So it didn't matter how many degrees I have and all of that. At the end of the day, I wasn't going to college to work for anybody. I was going to college to become a great entrepreneur and a great business owner. Because I want you to understand, entrepreneurship is very broad nowadays, okay? And so a lot of people say they're business owners when they're really self-employed. They own a job just over broke, right? When you to shift into business ownership, that is what it is, business ownership. And a lot of times you are actually writing a check. There are people that are working for you that are actually helping you run your business. Throughout this process, you are going to make mistakes because through the process, you're learning, you're growing. One of my slogans is you live, you learn, you grow. Now, everybody don't do that in that order, and everybody don't do that. But I believe that if you carry a level of wisdom, you live, you learn, and you grow. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be willing to live, learn, and grow. So you don't know everything. So the certain rooms, who's in your environment, who you're talking to, the books that you are reading, all of those things matter. Okay. So the first thing I want you to do before I even dive into the teaching today, I want you to think about who's in your circle. Okay. I want you to think about who is in your circle. After you think about who's in your circle, what do they bring to the table? What do they bring to the table? Because you want to make sure that you're not connected to people that you're focusing on gossiping. You want to make sure that you're intentional. Like I sent the email out and I posted on my social media because yesterday I was on the phone with my best friend. And me and him, we were talking about strategy, solutions, and all of that for a business. I love conversations like that. And so my circle is very small. I've never been a person to have a lot of friends. I tend to stay to myself because it's hard to find people that you can actually talk to about a book that you're reading, right? So me and my best friend, we'll get on the phone and stuff and pour into each other from the books that we're reading every single month to to what we're doing next month in our businesses and all of that. So I'm actually super excited because we're shifting and we're going to another level because we have bigger goals for the month of May. And sometimes, depending on your goals in your business, will determine the level of accountability that you're going to need in your business. I must remind you, God did not give you the vision, the business to sleep on it. He did not give you the vision or business to be in poverty. He did not give you the business or vision to be in lack. He gave it to you so it could have life and life more abundantly. So you thought you were the only one that's going to have life and life more abundantly. No, the minute he gave you that vision, he allowed you to give a vision life and give it life more abundantly. So this is the thing. Abundance is the portion that's supposed to come and be produced from the vision and the business that God has given you. But you got to believe it. Not only do you have to believe it, you got to walk in it and you got to receive it and you got to know that that's the result. That is the result for you. So today we're going to talk about building a successful business, right? We're going to talk about one of the things I want to talk about is a crystal clear vision. Okay, because one of the things is my company, Increase Marketing and Consulting, focuses on transforming the lives of those raising tomorrow, but it also focuses on bringing visions to reality through graphic design, brand strategy and development, business strategy and development, coaching, and client representation. So because I focus on, hey, Tiara, because I focus on helping people bring their vision to reality, I talk to people about their vision. One of the things that I've noticed over the years is you may have a vision, but you may not be clear about it. And then on top of that, you may be thinking too small. And you got to surround yourself around people that can stretch you. Somebody say, I need some stretching. You got to, your vision need to stretch because God is a mega God. So there's no way possible God gave you a vision and it's supposed to be small and he mega. So you got to get out of the box. Right? You got to get out of the box and you got to know that, okay, I've been thinking on a smaller scale and it's time for me to become crystal clear about my vision. Okay? So I want you to think about your mission statement. If you do not have a mission statement, that's okay. But I want you to right now in this moment, think about your mission statement. What is the mission statement of your business? If you already know that, put it in the chat. Whether you're watching the live or the replay, I want you to put it in chat. One sentence, your mission statement, just one sentence. Our mission, again, is bringing visions to reality through graphic design, brand strategy and development, business strategy and development, coaching and client representation. It doesn't matter in 10 more years. Guess what? Our mission is still going to be the same. And so if you have a mission statement, if you know the mission for your business, I want you to put it in the chat. Come on. Put it in the chat. Make sure you put the name of your business because guess what? People know people you don't know, but people you need to know. And so what does that mean? That means you need to allow yourself to be findable, okay? You need to allow yourself to be findable. Go ahead and share the broadcast. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's get the hearts up on TikTok and put #FYP in the chat for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and share this broadcast with 4 amazing friends that are in business in your phone. If you are on Facebook, share it to your timeline and tag 4 amazing people. All right, if you're on TikTok, go ahead and share this with 14 people. I greatly appreciate it. All right. So we're going to talk about this today. So you're going to write one sentence of your mission statement. I want you to really think about that. Who do you serve? Who do you serve? What do you do? What and why it matters? Who do you serve? What do you do? And why it matters? Just that simple. Who do you serve? What do you do? And why it matters? This is all compiled into your mission statement. Again, ours is bringing visions to reality through graphic design, brand strategy and development, business strategy and development, coaching, and client representation. Why does it matter? Because we're bringing visions to reality. What do? We bring visions to reality, right? Who do we serve? We serve entrepreneurs. We serve people that carry visions. We serve people with visions, right? So we may serve ministers of the gospel, entrepreneurs, business owners, lawyers, doctors, anybody that have a vision. That's who we serve, right? That's who we serve. And so I want you to really think about that for yourself. Okay. Then if you got it, put in the chat, got it. Okay. Put in the chat, got it if you got it. So you need to come up with your mission statement if you don't have one. Okay. You need to come up. One of my clients, I love her, Coach Carol. She is doing 30 days of prayer. 30 days of prayer. And I was so proud of her because the call that I was able to get on, she talked about the importance of having your mission statement as a woman in business. Okay. And so I was so proud of her for that, because that is a part of that solid foundation that you're trying to build within your business. Okay. So number two, you want to define your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year vision. Okay. How many of you know what your business needs to look like in 1 year? How many of you know what your business needs to look like in 3 years? How many of you know what your business needs to look like in 5 years? How many of you know this, right? I want you to really think about that. How many? I'm going to get with you in a minute. Okay. How many of you need, like, literally, I want you to think about that. Think about that. And if you don't, it's okay. I want you to put on your goal to do it. Tiara said, Crown of Grace specializes in micro lots. The mission is to enhance, heal, and grow crown. Come on. Simple, to the point. I'm going to say it again. Crown of Grace specializes in micro lots. The mission is to enhance, heal, and grow crown. So guess what? She does micro lots. Her company does micro lots. She let you know her mission. It was to the point and sweet. You want to know this. You want to memorize it. You want to be able to just let it flow, right? Let it flow with no problem. With no problem. This is important. So what I want you to do, if you have not defined your 1 year, your 3 year, your 5 year vision for your business, I want you to say to yourself, make up in your mind that you're going to accomplish that before this weekend is over. All it takes is an hour of sitting to yourself. Okay. That's all it takes is an hour of you sitting with yourself. Okay. You and God and your vision. And I want you to make it your goal to do that. Why are you making it your goal to do that? Because this is going to help you make daily decisions that are going to align with long-term direction. This is going to help you make daily decisions that are going to align, right, with long-term direction. So you can't be saying that you want to make your first 5 figures in your business in 2026, your first 6 figures in your business in 2026, but you don't have a strategic plan because you don't necessarily know, okay, when do you want to hit this financial goal of yours? Do you want to hit it in a year, 3 years, 5 years? When is it? When do you want to hire your first person, which should be like an administrative assistant? When do you want to do that? First year, 3 year, or 5 year? When do you want to go into a brick and mortar? First year, 3 year, or 5 year? These are questions that you need to ask yourself. Somebody say, I got to ask myself these questions, right? Because when you ask yourself these questions, what happens? You then will go to the next level and stretch yourself as an entrepreneur. Because the truth of the matter is, you're not just trying to be somebody that got an EIN number. I know you celebrated when you got an EIN number. I know you celebrated when you registered with the state. But guess what, y'all? I want you to celebrate when you make your first 5 figures. I want you to celebrate when you make your first 6 figures. I want you to celebrate when you make your $1 million. That's when I want you to celebrate, because it's easy to get an EIN number, right? It's easy. Somebody say it's easy. That's the easy part. It's easy to register with a state. In the state of Georgia, all you need is $100. That's easy. But can you run your business the way your business needs to be ran? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Can you run your business and show up for you? Can you get up, have the proper meetings necessary to reach your goal? Can you do that for you? Because that's the stuff that's going to be important. right? Because a lot of people, it's hard for people to do that. I experience it sometimes. People think because you're an entrepreneur, you can just walk out your store when you feel like it, walk out your office when you feel like it. No, you got to understand that how you show up matters. So guess what? Even if you are an entrepreneur, what are your hours? What time do you go to lunch? What time do you have your business meetings? What time do you make calls and follow-up calls? You need to have the structure in place so that your business can run properly and it can be successful. Because you don't want just the EIN number, and you don't want to just be registered with the state. You don't want none of that. Somebody said, I don't want none of that, right? Somebody said, I'm back. Okay, so you want to make sure that that foundation is correct. And one of the things is, what is your schedule? What is your schedule? If you know your schedule for your business, put in the chat, schedule check, right? Schedule check. But if you don't, I want you to literally right now think about, when do you want to work your business? Is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? When do you want to work your business? What are the hours in your business, right? I want you to think about that. What are going to be your hours in your business? Come on, right? Y'all got something to take your notes? Go ahead and think about it. Put it in your notebook. What are going to be your hours? Because you need a clear vision. Clear vision. All right. But I really want you to focus on, before this weekend is out, your 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year vision for your business. And I don't want you to think from a dreamland place. I want you to think from a Fortune 500 CEO in the making place. That's how I want you to think. That means this is not something you're just going to throw together, right? This is something that you really are going to have to strategize about, think about, look at the concept of your business. Now, how much money has your business made so far? You're going to have to look at all of those different kind of things, okay? So I want you to do that. This is going to be important. Now, I want you to ask yourself this question. Say your business becomes extremely successful tomorrow, today. Say your business becomes extremely successful. What does your life look like? Huh? And what does extremely successful look like for you? Like, so extremely successful for some people is just multiple six figures. Extremely successful for some people is millions. Extremely successful for others may be billions. So what does extremely successful look like for you in your business? I want you to think about that, right? I want you to ask yourself, what would your life look like if your business was extremely successful? I want you to think about what your life would look like if your business was extremely successful. Okay? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. If you and they don't have to, give me paragraph after paragraph, just a simple sentence. What would your life look like if your business was extremely successful? What would that look like for you? What would that look like for you? In one sentence for the video, right? Put it in the chat. What would your life look like if your business was extremely successful? I'm gonna give y'all time. Yes. I want y'all to answer that. What would your business look? What would your life look like? Okay. Come on. What would your life look like? I'm gonna play some music while y'all think about that, right? I'm gonna play some music. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play my song. But what would your life look like if your business, right, was extremely successful? Huh? Go get some time. Come on. What would your life look like if your business was extremely successful? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Make sure you write that down too. Don't just put it in the chat, but write it down too. Come on, y'all. Come on. That's some of y'all. So many gifts pouring in me. I've been in a box with my mind going. Come on. So many changes. Come on, I'm gonna give y'all a few more seconds, few more minutes. Ready to come out. Ready to come on. Ready to come out. Then one day the box exploded. The box exploded. The box. All right. Tiara said extremely successful is a billionaire status for her. I love that. So I am being healthy, disciplined, and no compromise. I love the fact, Tiara, that you said that you're going to be healthy. Because what I want you to understand is you may have heard people talk about this, the Be Do Have method. The Be Do Have method. You can't wait until your business gets to a billionaire status. You got to become her or him now. Okay? So what you got to understand is that there are a lot of successful people in this world. And one of the things that if you notice, there's a pattern to this thing. I always say there's an equation when it comes to manifestation. There's a formula to this thing. I remember in 2022, the Lord came to me January of 2022, and the Lord was real honest with me. He didn't sugarcoat nothing, y'all. He didn't sugarcoat nothing. He was like, you smart. You got a lot of wisdom. But if you was wise, you would be where you trying to go. Ouch. Man, when God comes to you and tell you something that make you say, ouch, he was like, you got wisdom. But if you really had wisdom, you would be where you're trying to go. And I remember 2022, that year, I said for my birthday that I was going to invest in 5 millionaires. I was going to invest in 5 millionaires in their courses because that is my goal. That's my aim. So you know what? That's what I'm going to do. And I did that for my birthday in 2022. For the whole month of March, I was in so many different masterminds. Now, what I noticed from each and every mastermind that I attended was that every person from different industries, different areas, because I invested in different areas, not just business, right? I noticed that all of those successful professionals worked out. And this was the thing. When I played college basketball, we worked out 5 times a day. We started working out at 5 o'clock in the morning. We would end at 1 o'clock in the morning. That was every day. That was during conditioning season, off season. And so it was almost like, and we were champions. We were undefeated. We won. That's what we did. And I did not understand how valuable that was until that light bulb went off in my head in 2022 when I was taking those classes and those masterminds and I realized all of them work out. That's the only thing that I'm not doing. So I was like, well, how am I going to pull this off? Because, you know, I got children, how am I going to do it? And I'm one of those people, I believe that in any area that you want to grow, you need a coach. In any area where it's not your strong point, you need a coach. I believe that. I was a champion when I played college basketball because of my coach. My coach knew how to condition us. He knew how to work us out. He knew what we needed to be winners. And I remember even when I played college basketball, like there were so many times I questioned everything he did because I was like, why we ain't picking on no basketball yet? You got us running this stadium. You got us running with the football players. Why are we doing that? Like, and I was one of those people that asked a lot of questions. Like, I'm like, why are we doing that? Now you got us in the weight room. Why are we doing all of this? You got us doing ab work. Why are we doing that? And my coach would never answer me. He would never answer me. It was almost like I was out of line for asking these questions. But when it was time to play ball, y'all, couldn't nobody stop us. We was the fastest. And that's when I realized my coach knew what he was doing. And so I'm a person, any area where I'm weak, I feel like I need a coach. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to work out at home because I'm just going to stop. I need to join a gym that got classes. But how I'm gonna do this? I got my kids, and how I'm gonna pull this out during the time I was married. And I was like, he not gonna, because he gonna be like, I gotta go to work, and all this stuff, right? And so I was like, how I'm gonna do it? And the Lord said, you're gonna do it at 5 o'clock in the morning. And during that time in my life, I was going to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. Literally, because my kids were not in school during that time, they were really little. It was like our bedtime was 4 a.m. All jokes aside, our bedtime was 4 a.m. We was eating dinner like at midnight. Y'all, it was crazy. We were so discombobulated. I'm going to be real. And this was the thing that I convinced myself. I would say, oh, I'm working on my business. I'm working on my business. So then the Lord said, no, you're going to get up. This is what you're going to do. They're going to be asleep. You're going to get up at 4:30. You're going to get ready. You're going to go to the gym across town and be there for that 5 o'clock class in the morning. So then I was like, well, how am I going to do that? I go to bed at 4. And the Lord said, okay, start going to bed at 9 and 10. That was a shift. That was a shift, y'all, for my entire family. That was a shift for my children. That was a shift. And I would get up at 4:30 in the morning, and I would be in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would be in that class. I would be in that class, and I'm going to be real. The first time I stepped in that class, I felt shame, y'all. I felt uncomfortable. I felt like, man, I don't belong here. Y'all look fit. I'm overweight. Like, in that moment, that's when I saw that I was overweight. Before then, I didn't notice that I was overweight because the people around me were overweight. So I didn't notice that I was overweight until I walked in that room with those group of ladies and men. And I was like, oh man, I can't look in the mirror. And I remember when I first started working out, I could not look in the mirror, y'all. I was so ashamed. I was like, I can't believe I did this to myself. I can't believe I got like this. I'm gonna be real. I was like, oh my God, I am not gonna look in the mirror. Put me where a wall at, okay? And I remember the first time I took the class, I was like, man, they doing this like nothing. I'm out of breath. Oh my goodness. And I had to literally speak to myself, but I love the atmosphere because it was so uplifting. The coach that was coaching that particular workout, she was rooting me on. She made me believe in myself. And some of y'all, that's why you need a coach, because a coach will make you believe in yourself when you wanted to give up. So guess what? The next day I was back and I was in another class, and I love the momentum of that coach. She was boosting me up and all of this, and I was looking around and I was no longer intimidated and I no longer felt shame, but I saw my goal. I started looking around and I started seeing who I was gonna become, because these people were doing it on a consistent basis, and I watched them be fit, and I was like, wait a minute, they getting up at they here at 5 o'clock in the morning too, right? Like, it got to be something to this 5 o'clock in the morning. And I started doing that every single day, Monday through Thursday. I was in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning. I was no longer going to bed at 4 a.m. I was going to bed between 9 and 10 a.m. It was an adjustment for my children, but we got to that pattern. And then I found myself coming from workout by 6 o'clock, right? I would come from workout. I would take a shower. I started to treat myself because that was the moment everybody was still asleep. So now I started to care for my skin. I started to care for me. I started to take out time for me, right? And then next thing you know, 7 o'clock hit, I would be in a coaching session and I would be soaking it all up. I would start meditating. I had started my journey of meditation and I started visualizing the life that I wanted. I started to visualize the life that I wanted. Then by 8 o'clock, I'm cooking breakfast. And I remember when I was married during that time, my husband was like, what is going on with you? I was changing, y'all. I was transforming. I was becoming the person that I needed to be. And then really, that was literally, I made that decision at the end of March. I made that decision at the end of March to start working out and making working out a part of my lifestyle. I didn't want to work. I wasn't working out to lose weight. Let me be clear. I wasn't working out to lose weight. I was working out because 5 millionaires from 5 different backgrounds, right? They worked out. And I was like, it got to be something to that. It got to be something to all y'all working out and all of y'all from different backgrounds, but all of y'all are successful and all of y'all are reaching the financial goal, have reached the financial goal that I've been praying for, that I've been writing down. Okay, so I had to catch that. That light bulb went off in my head. I kid you not, in less than 3 months, I was sitting down having lunch with a multimillionaire. Less than 3 months, I didn't look for that millionaire. That millionaire found me. That millionaire found me. And I promise you, my whole life, my business, everything shifted. My business went to another level. God stretched my vision. And that's how I became a brand strategist. That's how I became a brand strategist. And guess what? So that happened March 2022. By September 2022, I was in a brick and mortar for my business. Y'all, I want you to understand that wasn't a part of my vision. But then I went back to my business plan because some of y'all ain't got no business plan. And guess what? I went back to my business plan. And in my business plan, it said year. I was like, wait. It said year 7. I was going into a brick and mortar, and 2022 was my year 7, y'all. And I was like, wait a minute. The Bible declares, write the vision and make it plain, y'all. I didn't know that I could put something in my business plan, forget about it, but it will birth itself. Y'all ain't hearing me. I could put something in my business plan, and it would birth itself. See, that's why you need a business plan. My dad always said, if you plan to fail, then if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And so you got to take our time. You say your vision and your business is worth it. You say it's valuable. Take our time to set up that proper foundation. If you don't have a plan, how in the world is it supposed to prosper? So many people say, I don't have time. And I don't. No. You need clarity. You need clarity on your business because it's too small. It's too small. You know how many people when I had my branding store, why you a brand strategist, why you got a store? Because my vision is bigger than me. Because my vision is bigger than me. Because my vision is bigger than me. What do you mean, why do I have a store? Because my vision is bigger than me. You looking at me. My business is not me. It's a different entity. It's a different entity. I'm not trying to make it where my business is me. I'm trying to make it where my business is a business. And I want to be able to literally pass it down to my children. Y'all ain't hearing me. I want to be able to pass it down to my children. And I don't want to pass it down to them where they're working like crazy. No, I want to pass it down to them where they're running it and people are literally working for the business and it's taking care of other people's families. So there's some changes that I got to make within myself. And I didn't realize that. But in 2022, something knocked me out and a light bulb went off. And there was a shift in my business. There was a shift in my life. There was a shift with my vision. And for some of you, there's a light bulb that needs to go off because you've been thinking so small. And God is like, did you forget that I was mega? Like, I'm mega. God is mega. He's the giver of the vision. And if he gave you the vision and if he gave you the business, guess what? I want you to understand that he is too mega for it to be too small. God is too mega for your vision, for your business to be too small. Somebody say it's too small. It's time to level up. It's time to level up. It's time to level up. So those are the things that I want y'all to do today because my kids off the chain, y'all. They off the chain, y'all. But I want you to do that. I want you to think about your 1 year, your 3 year, and your 5 year vision, right? I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what that is. Before this weekend is over, just take an hour by yourself with you, God, and your vision. And I want you to define your 1 year, your 3 year, and your 5 year vision, y'all. That's what I want y'all to do. I hope this helped you. If you do not have a mission statement, you want to make sure that you establish your mission statement. It only has to be one sentence. Our mission statement here at Increase Marketing and Consulting is we bring visions to reality through graphic design, brand strategy and development, business strategy and development, coaching, and client representation. Establish your mission statement, memorize it because it is a part of your identity. I am Coach Tamira Lachey. I hope this helped you some kind of way. My kids are lit, y'all. They lit. They said it's Saturday. What you doing? All right. You all be blessed. I love y'all. Until next time.